Hey, Mr. Clash here with another NDL No Dip League War Recap. Spider Legion versus Indian Legends in the amateur division of NDL No Dip League. As you can see, Spider Legion won by 1 star over Indian Legends. Just have a look at the top. I'll just show you quickly where that star was gained. There's the top 5, and we flip over and we can see top 5. So obviously Spider Legion was able to triple more Town Hall 10s. Now before we get into the attacks, I'm going to show you 1 Town Hall 11 triple. We're going to look at 3 Town Hall 10 triples and 1 Town Hall 9 triple. Now it is a Town Hall 9 witch attack, but we're going to have a look at it anyway. Now the decision on which Town Hall 9 witch attack to use, because every single one of the bases on Indian Legends was wiped out by witches, was the fastest attack. Now it came down to two of the attacks, both under 1.5 minutes long for the Town Hall 9s, and there's probably about half a second in it. And it was of the 6-pack getters. So obviously you can see there are no Town Hall 11 6-packs. Town Hall 10 6-packs go to Hermit Hole, 2-Wired Cyclops and Airborne, and we will look at one attack of each of them. And the Town Hall 9 6-packs were Your Mum, Garav, Kui, and The Thing. The other Town Hall 9ers got a fresh hit triple, and then they used their other attack for scouts. So let's get into it. Once we get to the end, we will have a look at the statistics. Okay, let's start off here. This nice little Town Hall 11. Now, I actually liked the thinking that went into this, and that is the siege machine being used to take out something specific instead of as a push all the way through the base, and you'll see that here. So with the heroes coming in, you have a little bit of a funnel created here. Baby Dragons help to create a little bit of funnel. The King's going to go walking, of course, because that's just what he wants to do. And look, the Queen's going walking as well. So despite the best intentions to try and get the Queen to go in, she's sort of going a little bit of a walking path. Now the siege machine has been used to take out the Inferno, take out the Queen, the enemy Queen, and there we go. Take out the enemy Valkyrie. It looked like there was an enemy Valkyrie in there. And that's pretty well the job of the siege machine done. Obviously, trying to get the heroes in there as well, but I think it's worked out pretty well because now we've got the air portion coming in. So Queen's ability's been used. Lava Hound's been targeted by the Eagle, and here we go. Nice little spell here. Get all those balloons in and then rushing over to the Expo and the other defenses over there. I just thought the spell placement was good. The Warden's ability on this lot of balloons that were going over towards the Eagle Artillery was good. Nice little almost semicircle of haste with the Rage and loads of balloons left. 1 Skelly spell left and 1 haste still up the sleeve. So there goes the haste onto the Wizard. Could possibly have dropped it a little bit before the Wizard to get them onto the Wizard quicker, but it doesn't matter. Skelly's onto that, distracts that, and plenty of balloons up. Queen's still pathing around with the pups over this side. A couple of minions for trash clean up the top. Base wrecked LFX. Nice little air 3-star on Town Hall 11 on this war. I'll just fast forward that. We don't want to see an extra 20 seconds of cleanup. We'll see 10 seconds, 20 seconds at double speed. There we go. Okay, let's have a look at the first Town Hall 10 attack. There we go. Troops and... Okay, just before I hit the play button on this one, have a look at the time on this base. 1 minute 29 for a Town Hall 10 to get wiped out. Look at the spell combinations. 2 heals, 2 rage, 1 jump, 1 freeze. 14 bowlers, 10 witches, 7 giants, and 1 archer. Now, the 3 attacks are bow witches, but they're all different bow witches, which is really an interesting concept, I guess you could say. So each of the attackers got a 6-pack with different combos of Bow Witch. So this is a really good lesson to be learnt here. So let's get into this one. So nice little spread on the Giants. So the Giants start to distract all the initial stuff. If a Tesla pops, then that's pretty good. The Giants have it covered. Nice little spread on the Giants. Nice spread on the bowlers and the witches. Now remember, on a sort of a standard Bow Witch, I guess if you're going to bring in 8 witches, in this case you're bringing in 10. And it's really quite remarkable how much only 2 witches makes a difference in terms of the skellies that just seems to be hanging around everywhere. So this freeze spell was used early on. We've got the heal spell down now while the Clan Castle comes out with a bit of a poison. And the wall breaker is, well, wall ram or wrecker or whatever you want to call it. I call it a wall ram. Still going strongly. And I can't remember if it actually gets through the next wall as well, but we'll find out. King's Rage, plenty of bowlers down this side here. And we do have a hole into that Inferno and jump to get out. So from the bottom of the base all the way through across and then a jump to get out of the base. Base wrecked. Queen is still over here in this area. Loads of skellies. Look at all these witches here. Just massive amounts of skellies, massive amounts of witches. And bowlers still going around the outside. King's ability. Queen's ability still not used. So it's almost harking to like a Town Hall 9 witch attack. And that is often the Queen's ability getting used right towards the end. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Now what I did with all of these attacks from the Town Hall 10 6-packers was I chose the fastest attacks that they had. Okay, 3 rage, 1 heal, 3 freeze spells in this one. 16 bowlers, 6 witches, 2 and 6 minions. Okay, here we go. Press the play button. Notice on this particular attack how patient the funnel is. So it's not just let's get it all down. There is some patient funneling. You can see some extra minions drop down here. So the minions have all been deployed. 3 witches up in that corner, which means we're going to have 3 around here somewhere, we would like to assume. Bowlers following it up. So you've got the golem, 3 witches, bowlers. You've got the golem, 3 witches, and now some bowlers. Got the siege machine coming down. Now pay attention to how the free spells are used. There is a little bit of a misclick on one of the free spells. So there, it's not just a blind matter of saying, okay, I'm going to use the free spells only on Inferno Towers. You can use the free spells on whatever you like. Now, in this particular case, the free spell, the second or the free spell that was dropped outside was a little bit of a misclick on that free spell, but that's cool. Got the heal spell going down and a rage spell, almost like a double rage in that area. So there's no spells on this part of the back half. All the spells have been deployed. King's ability, he still hasn't used the King's ability. He's down at the bottom there, the bottom of the screen. The Queen is inside over here behind this bowler, just got nuked by the Inferno stream. The Queen's going to have to start shooting a wall now, and then the King will eventually rage around here somewhere, I think, to try and speed his way through here, but by then it'll be too late for the base. Base can't survive. Massive amounts of skellies all coming through with the bowlers. I think there's about 6 or 7 bowlers through there. So with skellies and bowlers, it's a lot of bowlers and skellies to try and get through at that point with a good tank in front, and that tank being the King. Inferno locked onto the Queen. Queen's ability used, and as soon as that happened, you knew that this base was wrecked. The base had a chance. If the Queen's ability wasn't used, the base had a little bit of a slim chance because the Inferno could have sat here sort of frying things all around. But have a look at how much is left over here. All the King's barbs, skellies, witches, bowlers still going, and of course what's here in the middle. So let's have a look at the last Town Hall 10 attack. Okay, once again, we'll just have a quick bit of a pause, have a look at the troops at the moment. 2 golems, 6 witches, 18 bowlers. So where the previous attack brought in 16 bowlers and a bunch of minions to help with a little bit of trash cleanup and a little bit of funneling work, this one is just saying that. I'm just going 18 bowlers, going heavy on the bowlers, got the siege machine, again, we've got 2 rage, 1 jump, 2 freeze spells, so sacrificing something or other. So instead of bringing 1 poison and 1 freeze, 2 freeze spell, and sacrificing an additional heal or jump or even additional rage. So let's get into this attack now and see how it transpires. So the 3 witches have gone down already over here in this corner. The 3 witches have gone down over the top corner. Now we'll get some golem action heading in. So the golems will start to come towards these 2 Teslas, and of course that golem's gone towards the mortar. Massively wide funnel, so funneling in from each corner, with the siege machine deciding to come in right up the guts. Now at that point, these witches, this golem is tanking tremendously for the witches and the bowlers over there on that side, and siege machines going in. We've still got the 2 freeze. The poison's gone down on the baby dragon, didn't quite get it. There is another poison left, and of course you could put that poison on possibly a hero or something like that, as the case may or may not be. So there's still a poison up the sleeve. We've got a freeze spell. There goes the first freeze spell up on the top Inferno Tower. The other Inferno Tower is sitting down here at the bottom. Going to have a freeze spell for that one as well. Jump's gone over. There we go. Freeze on that Inferno Tower. Just helps the king and queen and whatever just get through to it without the beam just frying everything just fully. Because once that freeze goes onto the Inferno, even if the Inferno was on max destruction, the freeze makes the Inferno reset, so it has to gear up again to try and wipe everything out. And so there we go. We're just waiting for the extra 30 seconds for things to go down. We've got a little builder's hut in the corner here. That won't be an issue, obviously, because you saw that the attack was pretty fast. That cannon goes down. Town Hall will go down to the Skellies. Just watch how quick that Town Hall goes down to the Skellies. Couple bowlers, bouncers, and that's it. And now everyone over to the Skelly, so over to the last builder's hut. So if you were a builder sleeping in there and you hadn't run to the Town Hall, you'd be like, oh my goodness, look at all these Skellies coming at me with the Queen and the King and the bowlers and the witches. And that's it. So that are 3 different Town Hall 10 bow witch attacks, and all of them were from 6. The attackers 6 packed with the same troop combo. Now let's have a look at the last attack, Town Hall 9. And now let's have a look at it. Okay, here we go. 1 minute 31. Of course, it's about 128 or 127 and a half or something like that by the first troops dropped. Yeah, 128. The other, it was about 128 and a half. The first troops got deployed in, and in the other one, it was about 129. It was about half a second in it as the race for the fastest triple. Nice little jump on this moat area. It was funny, I was actually looking at this base myself when I was deciding which bases to attack in this war. And as I scrolled through them, I thought, you know what, if I was going to attack this base, I'd probably put a jump there. I'd probably put one across that moat into here. This kind of did the same thing, and then I'd probably put the next one exactly there. That was my exact thoughts when I was first initially scouting this base. The first jump there, the third jump here. The only difference that we had in our thinking is the second jump, but the result would have been the same. Okay, so Queen's gone over to the right, left-hand side, her right, our left. King, bowlers left in the middle. A little bit of a Tesla farm at the bottom. That's not going to be an issue. Look at all the witches. You've got 4 witches and 1, 2, 3 wizards down the bottom here. There's nothing is going to overcome them except some really nasty bombs that will take them out. But of course, with the golem coming up over here, there we go. The golem's going to trigger the bomb, and that would provide all the tanking. Like I said, nothing's going to take out 4 witches and 3 wizards except some bombs in action and a lot of, say, splash damage. But there was none of that around, so that is it. Let's go back to the war map and have a look at the statistics for the war, because we already know 58, 57. We'll just have a look at the stats. 37 used, 39. The unused attacks were either Town Hall 9 or Town Hall 10 or 11, where there was no point attacking, such as the base had already been 3-starred. As you can see, like the enemy had 3-starred all the Town Hall 11s, so they've got a Town Hall 11 attack left. They can't attack anything. In a normal war, they could have dipped, that sort of a thing. The lost attacks are generally scouting attacks. that were done, 18 3-stars versus 17. Obviously, there's that 1-star difference. New stars per attack doesn't really mean too much. 98.9 versus 97.5% destruction. And 1 minute 53 average versus 2 minutes 22. These things don't really mean too much. That seems to be Supercell's secret method for deciding what is the most heroic attack and what is not. So that is it for this wall recap in the amateur division of the No Dip League. Spider Legion defeating Indian Legends 58 to 57. I am curious, of the 3 Town Hall 10 attacks, which one you preferred the most. Do please let me know in the comments below. Leave the video a thumb up. Share it with your clan mates. So if they're wondering how they can do some Bow Witch type attacks, share this sort of recap with your clan mates so that they can see the 3 different types of attacks and then try them out in friendly challenge. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.